Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Ella Fanning is now being attacked by tons of toxic men online for one reason and one reason only. She's a woman who happens to be cast in a huge male franchise. Lord Jesus have mercy. This is just ridiculous at this point. You know, this has been going on for about, 10, 15 years, and they're still grifting off this crap. So, yes, because Hollywood has listened to these bigoted, men on YouTube who are primarily white and everything, they have kind of shifted their ways of casting. And, they've kind of gone back a little bit on tradition, back to a primarily white cast, the occasional lonely person of color in a franchise or like a show or a movie or whatever. And so when it comes to that of Predator Badlands, the main two stars of this is Ella Fanning and this other guy who actually I have no idea who he is, but he's black and he's wearing tons of prosthetics. So they're going back to formula and everything of, hey, let's cover up the people of color in heavy makeup and prosthetics and stuff. And so, if you don't know who Ella Fanning is, that's totally okay. And these grifters shouldn't even really know who she is either. Now, Ella Fanning is the sister of Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning has been acting since she was a kid. I've seen multiple projects with her, and she's really, really good. Equally, her sister Ella is equally a good actress and everything. But many people have no idea who she is. They only really know who Dakota Fanning is. And even though Ella Fanning has been acting and stuff since she's been younger and stuff and a teenager and whatnot, she was in Maleficent, and or at least the second one I know of, but I've never seen none of those movies. So yeah, so Maleficent pretty much made her somewhat of a household name, but she's done other projects, smaller projects, but most people don't know who she is. She caught my attention in The Great, which was a Hulu show about Catherine the Great. And that lasted for 3 seasons. And that's where most people tend to recognize and familiarize themselves with her and stuff. And it's kind of also what really, really propelled her into a household name. Since then, she's done other projects based on true stories, and now she's in Predator Badlands. So she's rising up, and good for her. When she was in The Great, she had a fake British accent, and I've actually never heard her real life American accent until just now when I saw an interview with her, and I was completely shocked because I was expecting to hear a British accent, even though she played a Russian woman in The Great. But as we all know, when it comes to these historical period pieces, no matter if it's Russia, France, or Africa, everybody has a British accent for some reason. That's Hollywood for you. And so, when it comes to Ella, not many people know nothing about her. She tends to pretty much just keep to herself, and if you see her in the interview, it's either by herself or with her sister. And when she's with her sister, they're having a lot of fun. There are 2 actresses I respect a lot, and even though The Great is technically the only thing I've ever seen her in, I can fully say, yes, she is a really good actress who takes things serious on set. With that being said, even on social media or in interviews or this and that, she doesn't say anything negative. She doesn't do anything bad. She doesn't post anything offensive, and she never criticizes people of any group. And she's never attacked the holy white man and everything, like many other stars have that have pissed them off. Like when Brie Larson attacked white dudes, that just set white culture off, you know what I'm saying? And white men have hated her ever since, or at least the YouTubers have. Well, there's one thing she did wrong when she spit her drink out on a man and got in his face because he was disrespecting her sister. But that's completely justified. I mean, he was disrespecting her sister. So the question is, why do these same YouTubers hate Ella Fanning if she's done nothing wrong and she's not a huge household name and most people don't know who she is? Well, it's simple. She's a woman. Yes, she has become the new target for them to attack. Now, this is odd because normally these racist little incel bigots and everything, they tend to only attack people of color, mainly females of color. Everything from that woman from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show to the Black Little Mermaid to like any female that's a person of color, the woman from the Acolytes and everything. And they do tend to attack men of color as well, but they really hammer on the females and everything. Because I remember that dude from House of Dragon, the black guy, he said he's been attacked online and like, he's been getting some racist comments only because they're all like, there's no black people in that house order and blah, 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 blah. And it's fiction. Get over it. And of course, Black Snape has been attacked online for the new Harry Potter series and whatever race the new Hermione is and stuff. But they normally tend to only bash the female people of color because that's their main target, because people look at females as fragile and these male egos are going caveman on them. Plus, let's be honest now, at this point, it's pretty clear, like many people have been saying this and I've been saying this, is like these men just need to come out. They really do, because if they're just constantly attacking women and women primarily only, it's pretty clear what they like and everything. And it's not something with boobs and of a JJ. Just keep sliding down those poles. Nobody's gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. Well, only the people you pander to, of course, but that's another story. But yes, Ella Fanning is being like brutally attacked online by toxic males and everything. These toxic males are just basically your average bigot. They don't like people of color and they don't like people of the LGBT community, even though I believe the majority of them are and everything. And they attack women, but it's rare for them to attack a white woman. That's something they normally just don't do. The only times they only attack a white woman is when the woman herself is part of the LGBT community, or if she's a straight woman and she says something like, Star Wars is going away a female, like Kathleen Kennedy did, who they hate. Or if it's like a woman who praises diversity and everything, like this one YouTuber and everything. But it's very rare for them to go after a white female who's done absolutely nothing in their playbook and everything. She hasn't insulted men. She hasn't insulted white men. She hasn't done anything to offend them. It's simply put, she's a woman in a franchise that is primarily male. That is what they're angry about. And no, don't give me the bull crap of, well, just a difference of opinion and everything. No, this is not a difference of opinion. You're literally judging her only because she's female in a male franchise, and you just want to see as many like cockadoodle-doos as you can see in your male franchise and everything. A franchise that was started by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And as we all know, he was extremely famous with a lot of action-packed movies in the 80s and the 90s and stuff, but mostly that of the 80s. I'm telling you, they love these big, muscular, sweaty white dudes and everything. And so, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who wants to come back to the Predator franchise and everything. But Arnold has pissed a lot of people off politically and everything, and let's not forget when Sharon Osbourne accused him of sexual misconduct from back in the day. This was really shocking because I've never heard anything about that when it came to Arnold. But now this one video that surfaced of him years ago now makes a whole lot of sense. So basically, many years ago, about over 10 years ago, during the Me Too movement, Sharon Osbourne was on a show called The Talk, and she alleged that Arnold Schwarzenegger is not such a nice guy when it comes to women and everything. But she wouldn't go into extreme detail. I don't know if this is something she experienced personally by him or if she witnessed him doing this to other people. But like, yeah, and the video that now is making me raise an eyebrow is when this was back in the, probably 70s when he was a lot younger and a lot bigger, and he had his shirt off and there was a woman walking around on screen and he was just, I'm not even joking, he was eyeing this woman like a predator. Like the way he gave her looks, he wanted to jump on her bones and everything. And so now watching that video and the comments by Sharon really makes me wonder now. But a lot of people are tearing apart the whole Predator Badlands movie, and I've never seen it. And I don't know how Ella's acting in that is. I'm hoping it's good, but hey, you never know, because even some people can have a bad day of acting. But like, there are other people praising it and praising her performance and everything, except for these toxic YouTube guys who are going on the offense and everything. Why? Because they don't have nobody new to attack. Rachel Zegler isn't doing anything. Y'all have legit scared away the Black Little Mermaid to where I haven't seen her in nothing since. Y'all aren't making fun of Gal Gadot anymore. And it's like in Moses Ingram from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I haven't seen her do anything since, because I'm pretty sure y'all probably scared her away and everything. Y'all are trying your best to attack the woman from the Wicked movie, but she will not be fazed by that. And it's just like y'all are running out of women of color to attack. So now y'all have to go to y'all own people and everything. And it happens to be Ella because, like I said before, the Predator franchise is a predominantly male-driven franchise, except for the last two entries. Predator Prey, I believe that's the name of it, that was on Hulu, and now the Badlands things. And because Ella is the only real female in like the entire movie and everything, people are coming up with some of the most like ass stupid, like, you know, comments to give her and everything. Like, it doesn't make no sense, the comments they're making about her in this movie. And from other YouTubers who are not crazy in the head and are not bigots in the head, I've watched their reviews where they're pretty much bashing, like, you know, these toxic people. And it is pretty evident that those toxic dudes didn't even watch the movie, because there's no way they're gonna overlook some of the stuff that happened in the movie that they claim did not and everything, or claim that did happen. Like, it's pretty self-evident, some of the claims they're making that just aren't present in the movie and everything. And this is disgusting behavior, and behavior like this should not be happening in 2025. And who in the world wants to see it on YouTube? And they're only doing it for money. The fact that their like well is like drying up and everything, so they have to find somebody new to like attack. And many of their fan bases, though, because the people who listen to them are just as toxic as they are, and even they're getting to the point of getting tired of hearing what they're saying, to where they're defending Predator Badlands from all these toxic people. So now it's kind of like imploding. You have the casual general audience who's attacking these toxic YouTubers. You have their own fans attacking them. And you even have toxic people within the toxic YouTube space attacking one another. And because they're starting to see that, hey, this is kind of getting ridiculous. And the movie, in their opinion, because I haven't seen it, isn't that bad and everything. And it's literally nothing but the grift. Like, that's all it is. It's just them finding something new to be outraged about, fake outrage, at that, just so whoever is still watching their videos can give them those likes, those clicks, those views, and pay their Patreon and give them their super chats and pay their rent and everything. Like, that's legit the only reason why they are attacking this woman. Trust me when I say Ella Fanning has done nothing, and I mean nothing controversial. She has done nothing controversial in any way, shape, or form. Well, except for when she spat her drink out at that man for disrespecting her sister and being really rude to her. But that's family, and you're supposed to stick up for family. So that's just the only bad thing she's did that's controversial. But other than that, she has done nothing wrong. She just happens to be a woman who happens to be in a male-driven franchise. That is it. That is the only thing about it. And because this movie has a really good cinema score, better than that of the original, these toxic men are crying their eyes out and wetting their pants. They're legit pissed off about that. Get over it and everything. Like, I love old Star Trek. But all these people keep praising new Star Trek. It pisses me off, and it blows my mind as to why they love new Star Trek so much. But there's nothing I can do about it. You know, I can complain a little here and there as long as my complaints are justified, and I can just move on with my life, which I have and everything. But the fact that these people are viciously attacking somebody who hasn't done nothing wrong, that's low. And it just makes men look horrible. And men already look horrible because we've been horrible for centuries and everything. But thankfully, people are coming to Ella's defense and everything. Genuine people who have actually watched the movie and are praising the movie and her performance. She's also getting a leg up from the black community. Why? Because people found out for the first time she has a badonkadonk on her, which a lot of people did not know because most people in the black community have probably never watched her projects. I myself, a black man who have watched her in the past, never knew she had a huge butt. Why? Because on the Great, she had to wear those old-fashioned Victorian dresses and everything. And those Victorian dresses covered up her backside. And I completely forgot she did have a nude scene in the first season. They showed her backside, but I completely forgot about that because those Victorian dresses completely covered it up. So, you know, she's getting like praise one way or another, and hopefully this will not like depress her. It will not like make her want to quit acting. Hopefully, you know, she will not leave social media like so many other people of color have, because they've been attacked by tons of angry white bigots online and on YouTube. Seriously, it's just another form of racism, but now it's through the digital age. And this just proves something I've been saying all along. Their outrage is not real. Their outrage is as fake as can be. It was never about gender swapping anybody, race bending anybody, turning somebody LGBT. They only hate on anyone who is not a straight white male. So the moment they see a female in a franchise that is, by their definition, could be a woke franchise or whatever, or a woke movie or a television show, that has nothing to do with it. They just hate on something that does not look like them. And the fact that there is a female who is the co-lead, that has angered them and everything. And now, because there is a female as a co-lead, it gives them, by whatever definition they have, to call this movie woke. This is exactly why I say they are as fake can be, and they lie to people on an hourly, daily basis and stuff, and people need to stop feeding into them. People need to stop believing everything they say like they are like the holy grail of like critique artists and stuff like that. They are literally brainwashing and manipulating you so that you can be their dumb ass little minion and spread hate on the internet and give them money. They make a fool out of you, they make a tool out of you, and they make an asset out of you. Plain and simple as that. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.